What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. For those of you that are new here, my name's Tim, and I'm a NPC Classic Physique competitor. So today's question is simple. Can you bodybuild with a full-time job? Short answer to this question, yes you can, absolutely, even at a higher level. So there are some things you need to consider, while thinking about trying to bodybuild and working a full-time job. And today we're going to be talking about some of those things that you do need to consider and some strategies that you can put in place in order to make it possible. So, first things first, we're going to be talking about job selection. What kind of job is optimal for bodybuilding? That's a question you need to ask yourself. More often than not, it's not going to be a job where you're super physical, you don't have any downtime, things like that, or you have a boss that's breathing down your neck. It's probably not going to be the best for bodybuilding. The only reason I say that is you need to be able to rest and recover from training sessions, which working a super crazy, super strenuous job makes that pretty difficult. And you need to be able to eat meals throughout your day. So even if that's just slamming a shake, um, a quick protein shake, some Greek yogurt, whatever it is, you need to be able to stop at least every couple hours and get that stuff in, because you guys know getting your meals in as a bodybuilder is probably the utmost of importance. So definitely consider those things. What it is that you're going to do for work. There are some good options. Security jobs, desk jobs, things like that. Retail gigs aren't bad. You just gotta watch retail if they have you crazy, running around the store like crazy, or you have a crazy supervisor that doesn't allow you to kind of stop and eat. That could be a problem, but for the most part, I'd say you're pretty safe on those. Um, Key thing to think about number two, guys, is make a plan for your day. Um, Prep your meals in advance. Prep your meals the night before so you have them ready to go first thing in the morning. Eat as much food as you can before you leave your house. Whether that be a big bowl of oatmeal, some protein, a rice meal, whatever it is. Try to at least get a meal in before you leave the house. That way you're starting off on a good foot. And make sure you're bringing your gym bag with you. Um, that way, you don't ever have to go back home. You don't have to worry about it. It's with you. You're good to go. You have everything you need for the day, in order to be successful. So think about that. And another one to consider here is to know your schedule. So know when it is that you're going to be able to take a lunch break. Know when your little 15-minute breaks are. Know when you might have some downtime, and try to optimize those times. So in those rest breaks, whether it be a full lunch break or whether it be like just a little 15-minute break, do what you can to get your meals in. And again, guys, protein shakes in this scenario are not terrible. You can do a protein shake in the morning, or let's say this. Let's do a big bowl of oatmeal with a scoop of protein, before you leave the house. You get your first break mid-morning. You could have, I don't know, some fruit, another protein shake. You get your 30-minute to an hour lunch break. You could have a full rice meal there, whether it be, rice, sweet potatoes, chicken, steak, whatever it is. And more than likely, you're going to get another break mid-afternoon. So at that point, you could eat a couple pieces of fruit, slam another protein shake, another something quick and easy, maybe a little carb blend in there as well. And then again when you get off, so you could have another meal, another whole food meal as soon as you get off. So right there, guys, it is probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon at this point, and you're already 4 meals in. So it can be done. It just takes preparation, it takes planning, it takes consistency more than anything. Um, Another one to consider here too, guys, is if at all possible, I'm blessed actually in this scenario right now. If you can find a job where you can train midday. I'm telling you guys, I've carved it out into my schedule where I can train around 11, 12 p.m. every day. I can get my work done in the morning, train midday, go back to the office in the afternoons. It has made a drastic difference in my training performance. And another thing with it too, guys, not only has my training performance increased, my downtime, my family time, things like that have increased as well, which is never a bad thing either. Um, so for instance, you don't have a job where you can carve it in to do your training midday. Sometimes, guys, you might just have to wake up earlier. Um, Wake up earlier, get an hour in at the gym before you go to work. It's not ideal, but you can bring shower stuff. You can take a shower at the gym, but at least your workout's done for the day. Or another option, which I would think, for me personally would be less ideal, would be either going after work or staying up late if you have family, family and stuff like that that you need to tend to as soon as you get off. Wait till the family, the kids go to bed, and go get a 45 minutes to an hour session in. Nothing's wrong with either one of those. But for me personally, like I said, I'm blessed to be able to work it in and get it in during my work day. So that's the best. In my opinion, that is the best approach. But if that's not possible, I would try to train at least as soon as you can after work, the better. That way you have energy, but you also have some food on your stomach, which is a good thing, get a better pump, etc. But if all else fails, guys, sometimes you might just have to stay up later or wake up earlier. Um, Another great option for you as well, either cardio or weight equipment. Start investing that stuff at the house. For the house. Um, I personally have an elliptical at my house, so I get up, before my family does in the mornings, do my fasted cardio. That way, that's taken care of for the day. I don't have to do it post training, and I don't have to worry about it anymore for the day. So I don't know if it's in your budget or if you can work it into your budget, but either start buying, home gym equipment or cardio equipment for the house. Makes life 10 times easier. And plus, it's awesome not having to, just worry about it anymore. You can just knock it out. You're at home. It gets done for the day. Your box is checked. You can move on. Um, so something else we need to talk about too, guys. Make the most of your off time. Meal prep for the week. Meal prep for a couple days. So if you work, kind of work a weird schedule where you work 2 or 3 days, have a day off, work 2 or 3 more days, etc. At least the day off, the first day off, prep your meals for the next 2 or 3 days. Go to work, do your thing. You have all your meals made already. You get your next day off, take another hour, prep your next set of meals, and keep it going moving forward. The last thing you want to do is get into a situation to where you're busy at work, you have a crazy day, you have a crazy life, and you don't have any food prepared. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. At the end of the day, do your due diligence as a bodybuilder, plan all your stuff ahead, know what you've got going on, and that way you can better be armed for success. Um, Also, guys, it comes down to this too: making this lifestyle a priority. It's not going to be easy working a full time job and being a bodybuilder. Unfortunately, it's difficult. There are sacrifices that have to be made. And at the end of the day, you have to decide, okay, how bad do I really want to bodybuild? Like while it's challenging, it's also really rewarding too. Knowing that you're doing everything you can to actually reach your goals, to be an IFBB pro, to reach the Olympia stage, whatever your long term goal is in the sport. There's something pretty satisfying about working a full time job, being stretched at both ends, so to speak, and still being able to acquire both your goals. That's awesome, man. Kick ass for you. But like I said, you still have to make it a priority, and you still have to try really, really hard to make it actually happen. So keep that one in mind too, guys. And there's also a little bit, of a problem with working a full time job and bodybuilding. You're going to get a lot of criticism from your coworkers. It's going to take your coworkers a while to understand, especially if you're in an office setting or just a setting in general where people aren't fit, people aren't healthy, living a healthier lifestyle. Not that bodybuilding is always super healthy, but especially when it comes to your diet, they're gonna not gonna understand why you need to eat every 2 or 3 hours, or why you're eating chicken and rice instead of eating Miss Susan's casserole that she brought in for everyone to share. Sometimes you're gonna have to explain to these people, hey, these foods don't fit my long term goals. I'm dieting for a show right now. I'd love to enjoy these, once I come off show prep, etc. in my off season. But right now, that just doesn't fit for my long term goals, and they can understand that or they can't. But it doesn't mean you just need to be an asshole and get all pissed off at these people because they don't understand. Now, you explain the situation and your reasoning why, which honestly you don't have to do, but just to be courteous. If they still don't understand it at that point, yeah, in my opinion, it's kind of fuck them. Um, I'm sorry about it, but I'm living my life. You live yours. I choose to not be, fat and obese. You do you. But the long and the short of it, guys, yes, bodybuilding can be done with a full time job. It just takes practice, it takes consistency, and honestly, it just takes effort and intent on your part. So I hope this video helps you in the future when you're selecting jobs. That way, you at least have a game plan of how to approach working full time and bodybuilding. But you guys have a kick ass day. Peace.